Jorge Hernandez with Combat Sports Weekly here with Isaac Vallie-Flagg. Isaac, you got a fight Saturday night at the Buffalo Thunder Resort and Casino against Travis Coyle. How much do you know about the guy?
I've seen a little bit on him. He's a tough guy. Likes to grapple and likes takedowns a lot. Seen what I need to see about him. So.
This is your first fight in New Mexico in quite some time. What is it like to be back?
It's cool to be back home fighting in front of my family and friends. I'm excited about that. I'm excited to be on the Jackson series fighting for the home team kind of. So
yeah, your last 4 fights were in the UFC. So after getting cut, what was the work like? And of course, how were you emotionally? And of course, this work that you've been doing now to get obviously on your way back up.
I was bummed out after getting cut, of course, and then I did some stuff after watching my last few fights, trying to make myself better and either earn my way back there or into a Bellator contract or something like that. So.
Yeah. As far as your career so far, I know I guess, could we call it your late 30s yet?
Oh, yeah, we're late 30s. For
okay. Sure. So, you had some huge victories. Your debut was against Yves, a guy that was a super, veteran there with the UFC. Another guy, Cavalcante, which I think is, one of your, if not your biggest, one of your biggest fights that you've had in your career with Strikeforce. Talk about those changes that you had with Strikeforce and then up to the UFC. What was the change in talent like?
They were pretty talented guys, both in Strikeforce and the UFC. The guy who one of the guys who I fought in Strikeforce got brought over to the UFC, and then fighting Jay-Z was tough. And then once you get to the UFC, nobody's an easy fight there. So it was a step up in talent, I guess. And it kind of showed in my performances. So
yeah, how much work do you think you'll need to be able to get back to the UFC?
I think I definitely have a little bit of work to do. I want to improve on a couple things before I get back there, if I get back there, and make sure that when I do get back, I can compete with anybody in there.
Now, you've been in New Mexico for so long that you're almost a naturalized New Mexican, if you will. You've been here over a decade, right?
Yeah, I've been here since '99, so yeah. I've been here for quite a while.
Now, for people that don't know you or where you're from, tell them a little bit about you and how you got into the whole mixed martial arts game.
Well, I'm from Ann Arbor, Michigan, and I actually, after I moved to New Mexico, I just kind of started doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and I'd been a fan of the sport for a while, so I got to go to a place in Santa Fe where they were doing Jiu-Jitsu, and started training there, and eventually worked my way down here to the Jackson's camp.
Yeah. How long have you been with Jackson's now?
For 7 or 8 years now. It's been a while. Pretty much a majority of my pro career, I'd say.
A lot of guys remember their first day here. Do you remember your first day and your first interaction with Greg Jackson?
No, I'd met Greg a few times before even coming down here, but I honestly don't remember my first day here. It was cool being here, and I remember being around some bigger names, but specifics on the first day, I don't remember any of that.
What's the progression of this gym been like? Because you were pretty much there at the beginning when this gym just became this phenomenon internationally.
Yeah, I was here when Rashad first started coming out, and it was definitely a small hole-in-the-wall gym, and now it's a bigger gym. It's still got the working class feel to it, but it's it's kind of funny to realize how big the gym has got, coming from where it was to what it is now, and going out in the public and seeing how people react to Greg and everybody from here.
Yeah, you got your Killer Cub shirt.
Oh, yeah.
I know Cub Swanson's the guy that you even roomed with for a while. Talk about the relationship that you have with him and, of course, other guys in the gym.
Cub, just like everybody else here, Cub is family to me. There's a lot of guys here that are pretty close with me and that I respect as brothers. And Cub is one of the closer guys. I wish he could be at this fight, but he's hiking Machu Picchu this weekend, so, more power to him. That sounds like a lot more fun than fighting.
You pretty jealous of him?
Yeah, I am really jealous.
Yeah.
It's a trip of a lifetime, for sure.
What's your trip? What's your ideal trip? I know that's pretty mythical if you think about it.
Machu Picchu is like one of my trips that I want to take, for sure. That's one of the cooler trips that I think you could take.
Yeah.
So.
Now, as far as, I guess, training here in Albuquerque, is coaching ever something you want to go into, or what is it that you want to pursue once your fighting career is over?
I've kind of started thinking about my career after fighting, and started doing some stuff with electrical work and a few other things that I want to do after fighting. I don't know if I want to be how much I want to be involved in the sport other than being a fan after I'm done fighting, you know.
Yeah. Is it just because it's just been so much to carry over these years, or?
No, it's just, you know, I like fighting. I'm not the greatest teacher in the world, and I just would rather watch and enjoy it instead of be involved in it, I think, so.
You made a pretty colorful comment after Carlos Condit's victory this past weekend. What did you think of his performance, and how far do you think he can go?
I thought his performance was amazing, you know. I mean, he really put it on one of the better guys in the 170-pound division. You know, it started off where he was kind of even with the guy and then pulled away real quick with some elbows, and I think that he could, you know, be champ again. You know, the dude is super talented and keeps evolving with everything, or every day and every time he fights. You know.
You're fighting Travis Coyle again Saturday at the Buffalo Thunder Resort and Casino. What can fans expect from you? I know you've been out for a little bit, and of course the UFC was your last trip, but to have, you know, such a big name like you fighting here locally, what can the fans expect?
Well, I mean, obviously I'm just going to try to keep it standing and knock the guy out. You know, I mean, I'd like to go for a finish, and I'd like to work on some stuff, but, you know, you expect the same kind of pressure and same stand-up exciting style.
Yeah. How many more times do you hope to fight this year?
I don't know. It's kind of up in the air. Like, I just want to get through this fight first, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, well, we appreciate it. I know it's a fight camp and rough couple of days trying to cut weight, so best of luck at weigh-ins and, of course, at your fight. Buffalo Thunder Resort and Casino this Saturday. Make sure you guys go check out Vallie-Flagg.